Time for another Empties video today. We are into December, so that means I will be going through all of the beauty products that I finished off in November, and I'm pretty glad that this video has arrived because my makeup bag, this one that I put all of my makeup empties in and then I put in my other beauty empties on the top, it's been overflowing this month, and then I've had to put my other empties next to it, and it's all just been a bit of a big mess. So I'm very pleased that after this video I can just put it all in the recycling and I can get a little bit of space back. But in terms of numbers for this month's empties, I've done really well. I've used up 19 beauty products this month. There's only 16 that I can tell you about. The other 3 will be in my next video. But even still, that's a really decent amount of products, and I've got them here behind me, and I've got a good selection of body, perfume, I've got hair, I've got skincare in there, so a nice selection of different products to talk you through. I'll do what I always do, tell you about my thoughts on the product and whether I will repurchase or not. Starting off with 2 perfumes. Firstly is the Giorgio Armani Rouge Malachite perfume, which I spoke about in my more beauty products that I want to finish off by the end of the year. I wanted to finish off 2 perfumes, and this is the first of those 2 perfumes. This one I was given as a present either at birthday or Christmas. There's 9 days in between birthday and Christmas for me, so I always get a little bit confused at the end of the year what I got for birthday, what I got for Christmas, but either way this was a present. This perfume, and I said this in my Beauty Empties video, this perfume I am quite disappointed in. It doesn't have any longevity on me whatsoever. After I've sprayed it onto my skin in the morning, that's it. I don't smell it again for the rest of the day, and it's a shame because it's a really beautiful smelling perfume. It's definitely the type of perfume that I really enjoy wearing. The notes on this, so your top notes are tuberose, pink pepper and clary sage. Middle notes are some of my favourite middle notes: tuberose, jasmine, I love jasmine, I love ylang ylang, cashmere, orange blossom, there's also benzoin in there as well, and the base notes are tuberose and amber is one of my favourite notes to have in a perfume. And it smells absolutely beautiful, but like I say, as soon as I sprayed it on me in the morning, that's it, I don't smell it for the rest of the day. And for the price of this perfume, which is very expensive, I want to and I expect to smell it on me for the rest of the day. So that's very disappointing, and because of that I didn't purchase this in the first place, but I would not repurchase. And weirdly, I also probably wouldn't recommend. I've had perfumes that have been cheaper than this. Yes, still high-end brands, so for example Chanel perfumes, Yves Saint Laurent perfumes, and those perfumes I've smelled on me throughout the day. So disappointed in this one. And I've been really into perfume recently. I've been looking at lots of different perfume videos on places like TikTok, and I bought a few samples. I think I bought about 5 or 6 of these little samples. This one is called Montal's Arabian's Tonka, and this I think was in a video talking about perfumes that had the best longevity, and I think I watched that because I was so disappointed in this perfume. I was interested in perfumes that had better longevity, and this was one of them. The notes in it, so top notes are saffron and bergamot, middle notes are oud, never know if I'm pronouncing that right, and Bulgarian rose. I love rose. Base notes again are some of my favourite scents, so amber, white musk, tonka bean, also sugarcane and oak moss in there as well. And this is a beautiful perfume. You can smell that rose, you can smell the amber and the musk and the tonka bean, so it's quite a sort of like a comforting scent, but it smells quite rich and quite luxurious. I don't find it to be particularly heavy or intoxicating, and I know that's some of the cons of this perfume. Some people say that this is the strongest perfume they've ever smelt, but it becomes a little bit intoxicating. But I have not noticed that, and this I do notice on me throughout the day. So I'm wearing it today, I wore it yesterday, and throughout the day as I was moving I could smell it on me, and I like that. I want to be able to smell perfumes on me. I don't think I would buy this one though, and I don't think I would buy any of the other little samples of this that I will inevitably show you in these empty videos because they're so expensive. I don't actually know how much this retails for. Give me a second and I will find out. Actually, this one isn't too bad, but it's not really widely available. So from All Beauty it's £71.90. From their actual website it's €135. So actually I don't think this one out of the selection that I bought is too bad. So maybe this would be a repurchase, and I do really love the smell of this one. So we'll see if I do actually end up buying the full-size version of this. But if you like those notes that I described this having, you'll really like this perfume. Hair care products, I've got 4 empties. Let's start with a couple of regular products that you tend to see in these empty videos of mine. Firstly is the Redken 25 Benefits 1 United all-in-one multi-benefit treatment. Is basically a leave-in conditioner. This has lots of different benefits, and I think it lists all 25 on the end, but I just use this as my leave-in conditioner to add a little bit of hydration into my hair after I've washed it. It also helps with detangling as well, and it protects my hair. I really like this one. This one and the Pureology one are my 2 favourite leave-in conditioners. I think I will try to kind of alternate between these 2 moving forwards, depending on which one I can find at a bit better discount, because I always like to get my beauty products on a discount. This one sprays really nicely. It has a nice kind of like fine spray. It's not a mist, it is still a spray, but it's a fine spray, and it's got a nice kind of radius, so it's not like a real precise spray. It does coat a good section of my hair, and how I tend to do it is I split my hair in sort of half like that, and then half again, and then I would take the section and spray about sort of 3 or 4 sprays along my length. As it's getting longer, I probably need about 4 sprays, and I try to focus one spray entirely on the very ends of my hair, brush it through with my wet brush, and then I'm ready to blow dry my hair. And I really like this one. Like I say, this is one that I tend to kind of go for. I will continue to buy this one. You will continue to see this in the empties, and if you've not tried it yet, I would highly recommend. Another regular is my favourite dry shampoo. It's the Clarins dry shampoo. This one is with nettle and has oil control for oily hair. I do get oily hair. By this evening it will look like I need to wash it, and by tomorrow I will have to wash it, and I washed it yesterday. So every other day I need to wash my hair, so I do need something like this, a dry shampoo, to help tie my hair over, to give it a little bit of oomph and a bit of refreshing on hair wash days. Unfortunately, no dry shampoo allows me to go for an extra day without washing it. I do still need to wash it on that second day. This one is a really nice one. This one and the volumizing one from Clarins I really like. I do like the original one, but I feel like this one targets that oiliness a little bit better, and then the volumizing one does give me a little bit of volume, a little bit of oomph at my roots, which my flat hair does kind of need. So I would continue to repurchase this one, and also if you've not tried this one, give it a go. I've used up a conditioner. This is by Aveeno. This is the Oat Milk Blend Daily Moisture for Dry Hair. This is a really nice, nourishing, hydrating conditioner. It's not super hydrating. I have tried other conditioners that provide a bit more hydration than this one does. So currently at the moment, this one probably wouldn't quite cut it. My hair does need that bit more of a boost of hydration, but saying that, this is still a really nice conditioner. It's very lightweight, so it doesn't weigh my hair down, it doesn't make it feel heavy, doesn't make it feel like there's lots of product in my hair. Really nice conditioner to use. I do find these bottles really difficult to open. My boyfriend was showering the other day and he had run out of shampoo, and I had the corresponding shampoo to this. No, the apple cider vinegar one. And he'd run out of shampoo, and I said, I'll use mine, that's absolutely fine. And he got out of the shower and he was complaining about this bottle lid, and he was saying how difficult it was to open it, and I completely agree with him. These are really difficult. I have to get my nail under there, and then I'm always worried about breaking my nails. So that's just a little bit something to kind of bear in mind. But that aside, it's a really nice conditioner. I would repurchase this. I am enjoying kind of trying other sort of like shampoos and conditioners that Aveeno have. I've bought a volumizing duo recently. I will link my haircare haul that I had recently. I bought a lot of haircare products, but a really nice one. But it's just that this time of the year I just need something with a bit more hydration than what this can provide, but it does still provide a decent level of hydration without feeling heavy and weighing my hair down. And then fourth haircare empty is by Living Proof. It's the Triple Bond Complex. A few months ago I started really following Abby Young's haircare videos, and I bought a few of the products that she suggested, and I tried this one. This is a hair strengthener. This is 45ml, and it retails for somewhere in between £40 and £50 I think, so it's around about £1 per mil. It's a very expensive product, and unfortunately I thought it was a bit of a waste of money. I didn't really notice much benefit at all from using this product. The very first time I used it though, I did notice a difference, but every other time since then didn't notice any difference. So on damp hair, like I suppose with my leave-in conditioner, I would part my hair in half, again get it in half like that, and I would apply 1 pump per section, really sort of like focusing it on the lengths and ends. And I did the technique that Abby uses where you kind of like scrunch it up to really focus it on the very ends of your hair. And the first time that I used it, my hair felt really soft afterwards. It felt hydrated, it was smooth, it was sleek, it looked in really good condition. But I didn't see that every other time since using this, so that was really disappointing. I feel like I spent a lot of money on a product that I didn't see any results with. This one you have to use about once a week, so it does take quite some time to kind of use it up. It is 45ml, so it's not a very big bottle at all, and it's a pump, a nice easy pump to use. You can control the amount of product that comes out of this, but I would not repurchase this. I might recommend this though, because I have seen quite a few videos online of people really enjoying this product and seeing results from it, but I think it might just depend on your hair type, your hair condition, what your hair needs. It might just be that my hair, where my hair is quite healthy because I don't do anything to it, I don't need this, and therefore there aren't really any benefits to be seen from using it, so it might just be that. For body care products now, firstly is this C&D solar oil nail and cuticle oil. It doesn't look empty, but that's because I've just filled this up with pure jojoba oil. This cuticle oil is a really good cuticle oil. Now I don't know if I would necessarily purchase this one above any other cuticle oils. I think a cuticle oil is a cuticle oil in my mind. As long as you've got a good base oil in there, it's going to be beneficial to your nails. But cuticle oil is one of those products that as soon as I start using it, I notice the difference. If my nails are feeling really weak, if they're not growing particularly well, or if they just need a bit more kind of oomph and hydration, and I want to improve the condition of the skin around my nails, I will use this just once and I will notice the difference pretty quickly. And obviously then extended use of this, you're really going to notice such a difference. So if I only have one tip for people who want to improve the condition of their nails, use a cuticle oil every single day. And this is something that doesn't need to take a long time to use. I will put this on when I'm watching a TV show of an evening. I will put this on before I go to bed and then let it kind of sink in overnight as well. So try and find a few different times during the day to use this and really maximise the results. When I first started using this one though, this one really smelled like almond extract. It smelled exactly like almond extract that you would use to bake with, and I did think, hang on, have I got a really dodgy batch here? But no, that's just how it smells. But that smell didn't really linger for too long at all. I didn't notice the smell after maybe like a couple of weeks of using it. And this is a really handy bottle to just keep now, and I can just keep decanting the jojoba oil into here. So I would recommend this cuticle oil, but I would recommend any cuticle oil to be honest, because I haven't really noticed a difference between cuticle oils that I've bought in the past. But because I have a big bottle of jojoba oil, I've heard that jojoba oil is like the best thing that you can put on your cuticles, so I think I will just stick with that moving forwards. And it's cheaper per mil to buy a big bottle like that than to buy an individual small cuticle oil like this. Sticking with hands, I used up the CeraVe Reparative hand cream for extremely dry, rough hands. I cut it open and scraped out all the product inside. This is a really nice hand cream. This is really quite hydrating, it's quite a thick consistency, and I don't really remember it leaving my hands feeling very greasy afterwards, like I needed to wipe my fingertips before, you know, typing on a laptop or using my phone to kind of get rid of those smears. I don't remember that at all. I don't really remember too much more about this one, to be honest. I think I will have to link my Beauty Empties video where I speak about this a bit more. I don't think I love this enough to want to repurchase immediately. It's a nice hand cream, so I would repurchase, but at the moment I've got a bit of a flare up of eczema on my hands. I get it kind of on this middle finger and along this little finger as well, and index, and I don't think that this quite cuts it to really help reduce that. So there are a couple of other hand creams on my list that I really want to try to kind of help with the eczema, but this is a really nice one if you just want just a general really good hand cream. Speaking of eczema, when I have a flare up, so at the moment I've got a little bit of a flare up on my hand, I notice that my body gets a little bit itchy. I don't get any signs, any like visible signs of eczema on the rest of my body, but like my thighs will get a little bit itchy, around my knee will get itchy, my forearms like there will get itchy as well. And when that has happened recently, I thought it would be a good idea to buy a really sort of like simple, nourishing, calming body wash, because the body washes that I have are really fragranced, and I have another empty to tell you about in a second. But I did a little bit of researching, and lots of people with eczema recommended the Aveeno Baby Demexa moisturising wash for very dry, itchy skin. And obviously I bought it, I've used it all up, and I really like this to help calm that itchiness that I get on my body. My critiques of this are that the product comes out of the bottle really quickly and you end up using a lot more than you necessarily need. And also I feel like it's a 250ml bottle. I feel like this is not big enough. Now yes, this is designed for babies. Obviously babies are a lot smaller than adults are, so you don't need as much product. But as an adult, I just get through this a lot quicker, and it then starts to become a bit expensive. So this is really good for when I have my flare-ups, but I would only really try to get it on discount because I just get through it so quickly. For babies it's absolutely fine, this will last you ages. But yeah, with obviously longer limbs that I now have as an adult, I just need a lot more of this. So ideally I would like the bottle to be a bit bigger. This is 250ml, but obviously it's designed for babies, so the size is the size that's appropriate. But I did notice that this does calm down my itchiness, so I would continue to repurchase this, and I think it might be a good idea to have one of these as like a backup on those days when I am a little bit more itchy, I do have a flare up and I don't want to use a really scented body wash. So that other scented body wash that I used up was from Soap & Glory. This is the Smoothie Star Hydrating Body Wash. This one has sweet almond oil and honey. This one is also scented with almond and vanilla, and this I bought because I really love the Clean On Me from Soap & Glory. It's a gorgeous scent, and recently Boots did a 3 for 2 I think on these. So I bought a Clean On Me, which is in my bathroom yet to be used, this scent, and the Cooler Fruity body wash. This one is my least favourite so far. I think that this one wouldn't have been my least favourite because scents like almond and vanilla I really like, sweet almond oil, honey. It sounds like a very like lightweight scented body wash, but the smell just didn't quite cut it for me. Clean On Me is still definitely my favourite. But what I like about these is that you get a really good sized bottle. This is 500ml. I do wish it kind of came with a pump. It's just got a flick up lid like that. Lathers up really well. It is really nourishing and leaves a lightweight scent on your body. As much as I like these, I think I would probably just stick to Clean On Me, but like I've just said about having my eczema, I think it's probably just a good idea moving forwards to just stick with brands like Aveeno that are really kind of like simple in ingredients, nourishing, designed for itchy or eczema prone skin. But I have 1.5 of these left to kind of use up now. Lastly, skincare, 6 items to talk through. This one I'll just quickly whiz through because I talk about this one every other month. This is my Skin+Me Doser, which contains 4% azelaic acid, 4% niacinamide and 0.012% tretinoin. I apply these 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday are my days that I apply these, and the other nights my evening skincare routine is all about hydration. This, I don't really know what more to say about this than I say any other time I speak about it, but my skin seems to tolerate this fine. Really like the fact that you can just twist up the dose that you need, and Skin+Me is a really good company to have this kind of product from. They have good communication. It's good that you can delay your next order as well. Just really easy to use, and it's nice that you have that kind of personalised skincare appropriate for you and your skincare needs. I've had this little sachet from Kate Somerville just in my drawer on my dressing table for quite some time, so I finally got round to using it one night. This is the Exfoliate Intensive Exfoliating Treatment. So I used this on my exfoliating night, which is a Saturday, and it says to apply in an even layer to clean wet skin, massaging in a circular motion for 30 seconds and leave on for up to 2 minutes, and then rinse and gently pat dry. And then it does say it may cause the skin to tingle and slightly flush for a short time, and I did experience that tingling and I did experience a slight flushing, but because they'd already put it on the package I didn't panic. it was just a normal reaction. And I quite enjoyed using this. I think this is a nice easy way to use an exfoliating product. It's nice if you don't want to leave it on your skin, you pop it on, leave it for a couple of minutes and then wash it off. Because I only had one use out of here, I can't talk about long-term benefits from using this, but it is something that my skin seemed to tolerate fine, apart from the little kind of like slight tingling and slight flushing that it says, but that seems to be quite normal with this. So I would purchase this in the future. I think I would like to do a little bit of research into what type of exfoliants are in this and see if those are the best for my skin type, my skin condition, etc. But I quite liked that. I think it would just depend on the cost as well, because Kate Somerville is not a cheap brand. This I only finished off a couple of days ago. This is my Garnier Ombre Solaire SPF 50. It's a spray SPF designed to be sprayed over the top of makeup throughout the day. It's like an SPF topper. Yes, I know spray SPFs aren't the most accurate because you get the spray going, you know, past your face, but you know, when you're wearing makeup, there's not really much else you can kind of do apart from a stick SPF as well, so you just kind of have to make do with it and realise that you're not going to get the full protection from it. This I spoke about in my recent beauty products that I want to finish off by the end of the year, and in that video I'm pretty sure I said I've probably got about a week's worth left of this. I had 2 uses. This has been sat on my dressing table for ages, not getting used because I just keep forgetting to apply SPF throughout the day, and also it's currently really dark at the moment and it's midday possibly, so where it's not really that sunny I don't think about reapplying SPF, and based on the UV index I probably don't need to as well, so that's why I've not really used this. But I use this as my main SPF in the morning, and yeah, it only took me 2 days to use this one up. I have bought this before, I would repurchase. It's just a good way to just top up your SPF throughout the day. Take a deep breath in before you spray it, close your eyes, and then what I do is I walk away, I walk into a different room and then go and get my breath back, because it is a little bit intense. But it's Garnier, it's a great price point, good product, I would continue to repurchase. The last 3 products are all new products that I've never tried before. Firstly is this barrier serum by The Ordinary. This is a soothing and barrier support serum. This is the pink, like the bright pink barrier serum. I think there is a blue one as well. Now, because of the pinkness, this gets really messy. I noticed that there was like pink on packaging of other products that I was using in my routine as well. I would get pink on my hands and I would think, how is there pink on my hands? I've washed my hands. So it does kind of go everywhere. But it's a really nice barrier serum. I noticed when I was using this that my skin just felt a bit calmer. It didn't flush as much. It didn't feel as angry. It felt more soothed. So I really liked this. I would repurchase this in the future. The Ordinary, it's a fairly decent price point. I think it was no more than £15. And I would recommend this as well. So if you're looking for a really fairly priced barrier serum, I would recommend this one. I liked this. I suppose the only other kind of critique I have of this is they always come in these like dropper bottles. I think a pump is a lot more hygienic. You can control the amount that comes out a bit more. With this, I find that I either dispense too little or too much. So getting the right amount is a little bit tricky, but you know, that's just me being quite picky. But I liked this one. There's actually some pink from that serum down here on this bottle. This is the Bioma Moisturising Rich Cream Triceramide Complex with Cucciol and Shea Extract. This, I like the packaging of this. This like stands out on my dressing table. I know exactly what it is that I'm reaching for, rather than lots of like white tubes like this. Good pump. This is a nice, thick, chunky, stable pump. I'm currently using a Purito serum. The pump on that is slippy. I don't like that pump. This is a good, solid pump. Your fingers aren't going to slip on this. This, I would say, is not really designed for dry skin, mature skin, skin that needs a lot of hydration. This says how many? This says 1 to 2 pumps. 2 for my skin, and my skin is probably oily combination. I would say my T-zone is oily, my cheeks can get a little bit sensitized. I found that 2 pumps was like the bare minimum. I more often than not had to go for like 3 or 4. So if your skin is really dry, you would probably need a lot more of this, and you would probably need something a lot more intense as well. I felt that this really only applied lightweight hydration. So at the moment in the autumn and definitely in the winter, I would need something a lot more hydrating than this. This would be my summer moisturiser, which it sounds like it wouldn't be. Moisturising rich cream, rich. I've definitely tried a lot richer face creams than this. This was nice, but I would only use it again for lightweight hydration, like I say, in the summer, or if my skin just needs a fairly standard moisturiser. If my skin is feeling really dry, or if I feel like I need a really great barrier repairing moisturiser, I wouldn't go for this one. But this one is good for your barrier though. It's got triceramide complexes in there as well, and this tends to be the type of moisturiser that appears when you search for moisturisers that are good for your barrier. But it just so happens that it just wasn't quite as intense as I needed, and I didn't really necessarily need anything super intensive, but I just needed something more than what this could give me. And the moisturiser that did come out of the pump, it didn't really go very far as well, so that's why I needed more pumps. But also it wasn't particularly fluid. I couldn't really spend a lot of time moisturising it in. It was just a case of kind of slap it on, quick rub in, and that was it. So I like to have a bit more of an experience with my moisturisers. And then last product, I used this one up last night. Yes, this is the Jordan Samuel The Matinee Cream Cleanser. Again, cut it open, scraped out all the product. This was my second cleanser. Come on, get in. After my oil cleanser of an evening. This one I bought because it was recommended again for a good barrier repairing routine. It's meant to be quite calm, quite gentle, no actives in there. This was alright. I wouldn't buy this one again. Not necessarily because it was bad. It wasn't a bad moisturiser, not moisturiser, cleanser. But it just didn't impress me more than my big bottle of La Roche-Posay Tolerian cleanser, and that's cheaper than this. This as well, in terms of how much you get 120 mils, whereas with the La Roche-Posay I think that bottle is like 300, 400 mils. So cost per mil, it works out better to get the La Roche-Posay, and I just prefer that one. It's a pump, I love a pump, and it just feels a bit more nourishing, a bit gentler, a bit easier to use as well. This one felt a little bit thick, so I did need to add a little bit more moisture, a little bit more water into my hands or onto my face to then massage this in well enough. It's okay. I can't really kind of rave about this one at all. It was a nice cleanser, but I wouldn't repurchase it. I think there are definitely better cleansers like this that are designed as your second cleanse, that are cream based, that are meant to be quite neutral, quite safe, good for sensitive skins or dry skins, just a really easy to use cleanser. Yeah, there's better than this. So there we go, those are all of my, well not all, most of my empties. You will see the other empties in my next video that I'm going to film now. Thank you for watching. If you've tried any of the products that I've mentioned, please also let me know your thoughts down below, or if you have any other suggestions that you might have kind of picked up as you were listening to this, please let me know as well. Thank you once again, have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon for my next one. Bye.